Hey guys, what's up? It's Malatesta. Just basically I wanted to make a video because I finally made the plunge and bought a double-edged safety razor. I know there's a few people on the boards that have been complaining about shaving being expensive and trying to find a way to cut down the costs, and this is one of the ways to do it, but there are more benefits to using this than just cost. And I took the plunge because I got this guy on sale. It's an Edwin Jagger DL89, I think. Normally you can find them for 35-40 bucks, but it was on sale on Amazon for 25. It was on Slick Deals, and I saw a link on there to a subreddit called Wicked Edge that has a whole bunch of information about this stuff. So decided to take the plunge, and I like it. At first I really didn't, but it's a better shave. Eventually it will be cheaper once I stop buying crap. I'll show you some of the stuff I've bought since then. But it makes shaving kind of fun whenever, I mean, I don't want to say fun, but before, you know, it's like, oh, I gotta shave, but now it's kind of cool. Anyway, just wanted to do a little tutorial on how it works. And so a lot of people think there's a lot of effort in this, and there's a little bit, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to be probably a little scatterbrained here, so bear with me. But normally you would want to change or shave after you get out of the shower. But I just got home from work, so I'm not going to take a shower right now. But I washed my face with soap and hot water to get the pores open and the hair nice and soft. But pretty much what it starts out with, the first thing you want to do is get like a really good lather on your face. Hope this thing's recording. It's blinking, but the little thingy's not changing. Anyway, there's basically what you use is they sell creams, but they also sell soaps. I started out with this guy, Parasso. It's an Italian eucalyptus menthol soap. It's kind of a hard soap. Obviously, you use something like this and a brush. This is a badger hair brush. Again, it's cheap. So I bought the razor for 25 bucks. This Tweezerman, it's a low-end brush, but it has good reviews on Amazon, 10 bucks. And then this Parasso stuff, it's got like 150 reviews, like 4.5 stars on Amazon. I think it was like 8 or 9 bucks when I got it, so it's not that expensive. The razor itself came with a couple blades, but there's a big like experimentation element which might turn a lot of people off, actually, to figuring out what kind of blades work with your razor, because the blades are all different. And I can show you. I ended up buying a sample pack. I mean, they come in packs like this. Here's some Gillette stuff. These Astros are what I'm using now. Derby is what came with it. Shark. I've got some feathers too. That's like the sharp stuff, but basically they're all different, and they all work on people's faces differently depending on what their skin's like and what their hair's like. So you have to find one that works for you, use it for a bit, and then try another one, see if that one works a little better for you, and then ultimately find what works best. But it's real easy. These blades come in these packs. I mean, that's the razor itself, and pretty much you pop it on this guy and toss that in there and load it up. Now this blade itself, I ended up on these Astros that work pretty well on my face. I've read online that most people, once they settle on a blade, they'll use it like 5 or 6 times. I think this will be the 4th time I'm using this razor, or this blade, so we'll see what it's like. And the other thing that I'm going to do differently is I'm going to shave these sideburns off, and I've never done it with this before. I'm interested to see how it works. I mean, we all know how shaving facial hair with like a Gillette sucks. You have to go over and over and over again, so I'm interested to see how that works. But anyway, so where was I? Alright, so you've got this guy. I spent like 50 bucks on everything. And you start out with, you know, prepping your face like I just said, and then you want to get a good lather. And I've been using this soap. There's a ton of other soaps out there, and I actually just got one today. It's this Razor Rock brand. It's made out of tallow, it's beef fat pretty much. This is handmade in Italy. There's not much in here as far as ingredients go, and that's good because it's better for your face. I've never used this. It comes in this, and I'm not a huge fan of the smell. I got the lemon one, and I'm not a huge fan, but I'm going to try it out anyway. So I'm going to try that differently. I'm using kind of an old blade, this will be 4th or 5th shave, like I said. I'm going to shave these too, so bear with me if things don't go the way they normally do, but we're going to try this out. So first thing you want to do is, like, while you're showering, you kind of want to soak your badger brush in warm water. And a lot of people will put soap on, or water on top of their soap as well, just to soften it a little bit. I didn't do that, but I'm going to put some on here. And then you just kind of shake the excess water out. Get rid of this Parasso. That Parasso soap's actually pretty nice. It's menthol, eucalyptus, makes your face feel really fresh. But basically, the first thing you want to do kind of is load your brush. And you should move it around in the soap for a while, and you start getting pretty much that. And with the Parasso, I've gotten pretty good where I really don't need too much prep. I've heard this tallow stuff gives you a really, really creamy shave, but you do need to load it up a little bit more, so bear with me, we'll see how this works. A lot of people use a shaving bowl. A lot of people lather up right on their face. I've been doing it on my hand. I read that was kind of a beginner way to do it because you can judge how slick the soap is in your hand. And it's been working for me, so that's how I'm going to keep doing it. But pretty much, I'm going to say that that's loaded up. I'm just going to wet my hand a bit. And pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing this. And with the Parasso, it really didn't take me long, maybe 30 seconds, and I would have a really, really good lather. With this stuff, like I said, it's new, everything's different, just figuring it out. This tallow stuff is supposed to be a lot slicker, give you a better shave, and put a little more water in there. All I'm going to do is run it under the tap. There, do this. And once you get this down packed, you can bust a shave out in, honestly, it really depends, 5 minutes. Usually in the morning, it's between 5 and 10 minutes for me. A little more water. I think that's enough water for now. Move this lather up. And I mean, I'm not a pro by any means on any of this, so I'm figuring this out as I go. One thing I noticed about this lather, it is a lot creamier. It's a lot, I mean, you watch this. I mean, look at what I'm pulling out of there. That's pretty good lather. Still seems a little dry, so there's a little more water in there. And again, that's kind of a feel thing. Once you use it a couple times, you get it down packed. So I'm going to get this out of the way. I don't have a ton of area to work with here, but I'm going to say that's good. So I'm going to take this and just put it out of the way. I'm going to grab all this excess lather, put it down on top of the brush, wash my hands. And my face is dried up a little bit, so put a little more water on there. And now I'm just going to use this to kind of paint the lather on. I don't normally do the sideburns, but we're doing those right now. This, the Parasso soap I use just really hits your face with a cooling effect. I guess it's like that Irish Spring crap that Kenny likes. Now this one smells like lemon, but I don't know, it's not really my cup of tea. Alright, so we're lathered up. It's a good creamy lather. Get my blade here. And the big trick with this is you don't really push down. You just let the blade do the work. Come down like this. There's a lot of different ways to shave. With the grain, against the grain. What I've been doing at first is just straight down. Obviously that's with the grain. And you don't really want to pass areas where you don't have soap on there. You want lubrication. These are sharp blades, and that's how irritation's caused. So one thing you'll notice right off the bat is, like I said, you don't need any pressure, just going straight down. Just with that one pass, you can see how smooth the skin is already. So let's try this right here. I mean, look at that. Just, like I said, that's the first time I've tried it like this, and there's some hair stuck in there. But with a regular razor, a cartridge razor, there's no way you'd be able to do that. You know? I'm not going to go back over that part just yet. Let's get that on our second pass. So there is a trick to these. You know, you really have to get a feel for it. I hope I'm not screwing this blade up by doing that, though. We'll just finish this pass here. And it's pretty much pass number one. So I'm going to splash more water on my face. And I'm going to lather back up. And put a bit more lather on the sideburn areas. The soap does seem softer. May not be as, like, there's soap stability too. Like, some soaps are great, but they kind of disappear on your face. Well, so far it's not too bad anyway. Get all that hair out of there. And depending on, I mean, everyone's face is different. You might need to go against the grain, like I said, or whatever. See, this is a weird habit for me since I've had the sideburns to just stop right there. I may get a nick or two. Yeah, I think I'm going to start bleeding right here. Press down a little too hard to get that. But right down here, I have a patch of hair that grows backwards, and that's kind of a tough area. And what I'll normally do, when I get down that part, I'll shave across the grain like this. And that seems to take care of it. So, I mean, we've got mostly everything there. Rinse one more time. And during this rinse, I really like to just feel around and find areas that I've missed. And, I mean, the sideburns definitely could use some more, but that's understandable. And that part's not too bad. I mean, I could go over it again, but it's important to keep the face hydrated the entire time. Right now I'm getting a, yeah, in some spots it's a little sensitive, and each soap is a little bit different, so a lot of people have sensitivities to ingredients in some of these, but part of the cool thing about this is you can buy soaps that don't have a lot of ingredients or tailored to your face. So like the menthol one, I mean, you put it on in the morning and it tingles. It's got like a real nice burning sensation. This one has a little bit of one, but not a ton. Anyway, so we're lathered up. I'm going to say this is the final pass to get the blade clean. Some of those sideburn spots are weird since it's the first time I've done it. So anyway, we'll call that good. So once you're done, if you want to splash cold water on your face, kind of close up the pores. You know, not really close it up, but tightens the skin. Some people at this point they use like an aftershave. There's a bunch of stuff you can buy. They sell this thing called an alum block. Actually, I'm gonna go back over this because I didn't really do a good job. That one's fine. Still not getting it great. Kind of the holy grail is the against the grain. And yep, that's perfect. Should have done that to begin with. First time I've done that, but so you can use something like they sell aftershaves, an alum block is something people put on there. Oh, look at that! I nicked myself right there. Getting a little excited, but that's great. So right now I'm just using the witch hazel. I'm gonna put a little bit in my hands and splash it on, and it's kind of like an aftershave. Tightens the skin. Normally I wouldn't use this, but since that's a new soap, I don't know how well it works for me. I haven't had to use it with the Parasso. Well, just rinse with some cold water. And I know probably a bunch of you are wondering right now, God, this is so... Is he really making a shave video? We've all shaved our entire lives. No, Justin Scorchin thinks this is the dumbest thing in the world. But I know Chris Green has already bought this, and he's starting to like it. The last thing I'll do is, I use this aftershave lotion. Works for me. But again, it does take a little more effort, but you learn a little more about your skin to get a good shave. And your skin gets softer, feels better, and as you do that, you still learn more. It's like a cycle. And it's weird because this is a pretty damn smooth shave, and there's much less irritation. I used to get a ton of irritation around here. Really don't anymore. So that's about it, and then when you're done, you rinse off your brush, clean everything up, and you're good to go. So that's just the quick, well, it's not that quick, but video. I'm going to do a write-up about my blade process. See, when people would get a nick like this, though, they sell something called some kind a stick, like a septic stick or something, but this is the second time I've cut myself shaving, so you guys have witnessed. But this is probably been doing this for a month and a half, 2 months, and that's the second time I've nicked myself. So anyway, I'm gonna call it good. Put a write up. If you guys have any questions, ask me, whatever. And yeah, that's it.